All right, so with the recursive formula u0 equal to 9, where would that point be located on the grid, on the graph? Rena?
On the y-axis.
On the y-axis, up how far?
9.
9 units. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be the 0 term. And from there, for every new term that you add, or for every time that you go over on the x-axis, how far up should we travel? 3. So you go over 1, up 3 every time. So where would the next point be? How far up? 12. 1 comma 12. So what we tried to do at the beginning of this unit was relate that to lines. And the 0 term was related to the lines what? We had two things, the slope or the y-intercept? The y-intercept. All right, the 0 term was known as the y-intercept. The slope applied to what part of the sequence? The start value or the common difference? Common difference. So that change of 3 every time was the common difference when we were talking about sequences, and now that we're talking about lines, it represents the go. Say it. The slope. All right? Slope. So to change this to an explicit formula, you say that you get to any number by starting with what? 9, and adding 3 for every n. So that's the explicit formula. So for any term that you want, you just plug in that number. So if you wanted term number 1, plug in 1. And the idea was 3 times 1, 3 plus 9. That's 12. So that's where that point was, 1 comma 12. So you can use that formula to find any point on the graph. With recursive formulas, to find the 40th term, we had to know the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and we had to work our way all the way up to the 40th term. Remember, we had to hit enter on the calculator 40 times until we got there? Well, now that we have an explicit formula to find the 40th term, what do we do? 3 times 40, which is what? 120 plus 9, 129. So it's a way to get directly to the term that you want just by plugging in that value. All right? Now, how did you change that un and n to make it the equation of the line instead of the sequence formula? Margot?
You change the line for y equals 9 plus 3x.
9 plus 3x, where x represents how far over you want to go, and y represents how far up you want to go. Okay? That's it.